So I started noticing a few years ago, time has sped up greatly, and it's accelerating even more rapidly at this current point. But before I get into what I'm talking about here, look below in the description. You will see a link to my PayPal. Um, Again, this content will always be free online. If you feel like I'm helping you, you're under no obligation to do anything, but I'd be greatly appreciative if you could donate. It would help me out greatly. And also, if you need any help, would like to speak to me one on one, just reach out in a comment. I'd be glad to give you my phone number or my Facebook Messenger. So the time thing has I've noticed this time thing for quite a while, and I really didn't think too much about it because someone explained to me basically time seems like it's accelerating for you because like when you're a kid, and let's just say, easy example, let's say you're 10 years old. Well, 1 year is a tenth of your life, so a year goes by fast comparatively speaking to if you're 30. A year goes by slow when you're 10 comparatively speaking to time going by like when you're in your 30s, it goes by quicker. So I thought that was a pretty logical explanation. And then I noticed how rapid the acceleration truly was. And then I noticed that I was not the only one that thought this, and it was not just 20s and 30s and 40-year-olds that thought this or older. It was, teenagers. It was early 20s. It was even my own children who were 10 and 14 noticed this. So at first, I was extremely worried about this, the time acceleration. I'm not even sure why I was. It just was concerning to me, really. And I took this as a bad thing. Now, this is again is one of those things to where the human mind will take something and make it seem awful when it's not, or the human mind just looks for things to be wrong in general, or the human mind just has to nitpick things or go to worst case scenario every single time. So I have I don't want to say that it's a combination of things. It's a combination of I remember, it's a combination of things I've studied and researched. Again, even though it's 95% complete and utter fabricated BS, there is truth, underlying truth in some of these things. So, I do believe that the end of time is near, very near, and again, complete and utter fabricated BS, but read between the lines. It is talked about in all these religions and spiritual stuff that near the end of time, time will accelerate rapidly. I believe, I don't know who but it's in Revelations, and it's in, Muhammad talked about this in the Quran or whatever. Other people have talked about this. So I truly feel like we are near the end of time. Like I truly, 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 with every fiber in my being, believe wholeheartedly that we are near the end of time. We're near the end of the world, as you can say. Now, watch. If you're listening to this and you've not spoke to me or you don't fully understand what I mean by this, the human mind is going to make you think this is awful and horrible. It's not. It's what we want. It's 100% what we want. We want there to be a stop to time for 1,000 years, period, to bring paradise here. And we want it to be the end of the world as we know it, to bring forth a new world or the real world or paradise, heaven, whatever you would prefer to call it, infinite bliss. So these are just things that I want you to notice. Like the human mind, in a nutshell, is our biggest task, or was our biggest obstacle, and to a degree still is. We have to lose the human mind or evolve the human mind. I have a great feeling though, when you fully open your heart, when you open your heart fully, your mind will be open fully. So it's going to coincide with each other. So remember, there is a such thing. You got to trust me and believe this, because it doesn't matter. Truth does not require your participation to exist or to happen. So either way, I would trust and believe me and yourself that divine intervention with perfect and godlike timing is a thing. If you paid attention, I have been saying this for 2+ years now. I've had so many signs that this is the case. I've had so many synchronicities that this is the case. And I remember this is the case. So, and plus myself is telling me this is the case, and I trust and believe myself. So, I really just want to say, man, like, this is so amazing. Like, realistically, this is amazing. We went through hell. We told a story. The story's not over yet, but hell's over. We're at the gates of paradise. We're at the gates of heaven. I've literally seen the golden gates. The movie's about to get to the good place, the good spot. I don't want to say the good place, the good spot. And then the movie will end. Life will begin. Real life, not the experience. Again, this was set up, it had to be set up in such a way to where it was just, not only just the perfect amount of awful, but with tyrannical BS going on, and hypocrisy and division and arguing, and just a senseless system in play that really is hell. I want you to fully understand, we have been in hell this entire time. Like, I really need you to understand that. This was not heaven. This wasn't even purgatory. This was hell served with a very, 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 very deep dive into the bottom of hell for a few years, and then rise back up. So again, I can't say enough. Like, congratulations. You literally paid the price of heaven in full. You went through hell. And see, even though I'm saying this, it's not awful. Like, I can't explain this fully the way I understand. I'm going to make a video trying, but this is an experience, one that you wanted, one that was created by you for you, one that you set up, one to have an amazing ending and to let you appreciate what you really have outside of this shit show. So it wasn't meant to be pleasant. It wasn't meant to be amazing. It wasn't meant to be heaven. So, with that being said, this is what you wanted, and you're about to get what you wanted, what we all want, which is freedom, peace, and love, equality, and sovereignty. So, the story's playing out right now. Look around in the world. The story is playing out. We're about to the good part. Again, I can't say this enough. We are. I don't think you realize how close we truly are. I just don't think you do. So, just sit back and enjoy it. And I plan on, I've mentioned this, I'm writing poetry. I plan on making a book, but I also plan on making a smaller book to detail this process, which can get you through everything you need to know to enter paradise. One book I'm going to write is going to be called Advice from You, an instruction manual for the human experience. That's going to be like a Bible. It's not really going to be a Bible, but it's going to be a newer version of the Bible that's actually to the point and easy to read without you having to read between lines. Because the Bible is very valuable if you know how to read between the lines, but how many people have you encountered that actually understand the Bible and are able to piece it together without taking it literally or putting their own spin on it. Very, 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 very few. I would say 0.1%, in fact. So, another book I'm going to write is going to be called Advice from a Madman. Or no, The Story of a Madman. Advice from You. That's going to be prominent in all my books. And then one book is going to be called The Process of Returning You to You. That's going to be pretty short and simple. It's going to be a detailed list in order, step to step, how to return you to you. You got to find yourself. You got to heal trauma. You have to accept yourself, love yourself. You have to rewire your thinking. You have to unlearn everything. And it's harder to unlearn things than it is to learn things. Realize this. It's pretty easy to learn something, but to unlearn it, to clear it, to make something, to learn new things in the proper way, I mean, it's extremely difficult. So congratulations for unlearning a bunch of BS. I'm going to implement that in there, and it's essentially just going to be a quick guide step to find yourself, love yourself, deal with trauma, rewire your mind, and to be able to point to you holes within reality that show themselves for what this really is. So, I'm actually already started on these things. I've started on the poetry. I need to start writing the book. The advice from you and instruction manual for the human experience is I'm going to get other people to write. It's literally just kind of going to be like the Bible. I'm going to have different people from around the world, different experiences, different backgrounds, etc. Write a book. Write chapters within the book. So look forward to that. I have a sneaking suspicion that whenever whatever happens, I'm just going to look back and be like, oh, that was nonsense too. But in the meantime, until that happens, I'm still going to pursue this. So, it is a game of form in the play of life. I am you talking to you. I have always been you talking to you. I will always be you talking to you, because all there is you. There's God and there's love. God is love and you are God. So there's only one thing really in existence. So it's always going to be me talking to you, brother, sister, my friend. I love you dearly and deeply, legitimately, with all my heart. I'm so fucking proud of you. Can't express this enough. I'm so fucking proud of you. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so appreciative of you. And I love you. Like, thank you. Thank you. As always, I'm going to advise you just sit back and enjoy the show. We're to the good part. And realize you're about to wake up and enter the golden gates.